Hello and welcome to It's All About You, the best show about you on the internet. I am B. Dave Walters, life, relationships, and spiritual coach. This is episode number 45, Questions and Answers. So you may or may not know this, but you can send any question you want to me to the website formspring.me, like me, /B. Dave Walters. No www. formspring.me /B. Dave Walters. And I've gotten so many great questions that come in every day, and I try and write an article for each and every one of them. But I decided I wanted to take some time here on All About You to answer a few of them, so we can, some people can get answers faster, and I can answer the question faster, and you can hear more of the questions, so everybody wins. So, but before I go on, you know how I just mentioned that thing about life, relationships, and spiritual coach? You know, I am a coach. So if you want specific help with your specific issues or challenges or questions or concerns, visit my website, peacelovemoney.com. You can work with me one-on-one for as little as $25 a month. That's like $1 a day. It's like those, well, never mind. I'm not even going to say what they're like. But, hey, less than $1 a day, you can work with me. And I also have written other books. I've written an entire book. I've written PDFs, podcasts, guided meditations, pretty much anything you need. I've probably talked about it in pretty great detail. So check out peacelovemoney.com, the book, the library, the coaching. You'll love it. Change your life. Okay, questions. How does one deal with "he is just not that into you" rejection right after you got out of a long-term relationship? It just adds to the misery and self-doubt. Let me read the question again. How does one deal with "he's just not that into you" rejection right after you get out of a long-term relationship? It just adds to the misery and self-doubt. Well, what I would say, and by the way, I just got out of the shower, so if you see me sweating, that's why. It's not that I'm nervous. It just adds to the misery and self-doubt. The first thing I would say to the person that submitted this question is, you got to realize that you have to love yourself first, okay? No man is going to give this to you. Your ex didn't give it to you. The guy who's not into you is not going to give it to you. Whether or not somebody's interested in you shouldn't make you second-guess and question yourself and who you are and doubt you. It just means they're not interested, and they might be interested for 100 reasons. Maybe they're in a relationship. Maybe they got burned badly. Maybe you might not be their type. Maybe he's gay. You don't know. There's 100 reasons that he might not be into you. So the thing that I would say first and foremost is you start with you. You start by loving you. And then, because, and yeah, I know you've heard me say this, the amount to which you love yourself is the limit to which either anybody else can love you or how much you can love anyone else. It's like that's the barrier. That's the speed limit, okay? Is your amount of love for yourself. So I would say, first of all, take the time to actually make sure you've truly let go of the past relationship. And I've written an article about that on the Examiner called Letting Go, or After the Love Is Gone. That's the only problem with the video. I can't give you links, but it's up there. And then spend a little time with you. Don't necessarily jump right into another relationship. If you just got out of one long-term one, spend some time with you. Fall in love with you. If you can't enjoy hanging out with you, if you can't fall in love with you, then how can you really expect anybody else to? So start there. You're beautiful. You're perfect. I don't even know you, and I know you're beautiful and you're perfect. And if you're not sure why you're beautiful and perfect, send me another message or find me on Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, B. Dave Walters. We'll talk about it directly. I help you out. But you're wonderful. Next question. Why do guys ask me out for drinks on the first date itself? Should I be reading more into it than there is to it? Really? I'm going to say it again. Why do guys ask me out for drinks on the first date itself? Should I be reading more into it than there is? Really? This is a weird question. I'm not exactly sure that I understand, but I think what you're saying is that you're out on the date and guys are asking you out for drinks when you're already out on the date. Well, two things. One, I would say in general that's a positive thing because they're saying they want to spend time with you again, and for the most part that's a positive sign. When you're on a date with somebody and they start talking about the next time you're going to be together, then that's a green flag to the fact that they like you. If they're asking you to go out for drinks next, they're probably trying to get in your pants. Not necessarily, but probably, because a trip to Disneyland is different from a trip to Starbucks, which is different from a trip to a bar. So if a lot of different guys are always asking for drinks, and by the way, not every guy that asks you for drinks is going to try and get in your pants. It's true. But a trip to the bar is different from a trip to Starbucks. It just is, okay? So I guess that would actually be a good test. If somebody's saying, why don't we go get drinks next time? You say, hey, why don't we go get a cup of coffee and see what he does, see how he reacts. Maybe something about you is very sexual. Maybe you're just really hot. I don't know. Or maybe you're coming across more sensually than you think. So that's why they don't necessarily feel safe enough to ask you to go home after the first date, but maybe they're trying to go in that direction. But for the most part, I would not look at this as a bad thing. I would not look at this as a negative thing. And if you want to go have drinks with the guy, go have drinks with the guy. Because there's nothing to say that once you go have drinks that you've got to go home with him. Because you don't. So hey, have a drink. Just make sure he pays for it. Or have coffee if there's somebody that you're really trying to test and see if he's serious or not. Next question. How do I stop looking at my ex's Facebook and Twitter accounts? It's become such an addiction. I need help. Again, how do I stop looking at my ex's Facebook and Twitter accounts? It's become such an addiction. I need help. Don't feel bad. This happens more commonly than you might think. I actually know of quite a few people that are stalking other people on Facebook and Twitter. So it happens a lot. I assume that your relationship ended poorly, although it's weird. I know people that left and are still obsessed with what the other person's doing, and I know people that got left and are obsessed with what the other person's doing. Here's my question. What difference does it make what they're doing? What difference does it make who they're dating or what they're talking about? It doesn't, right? See, because here's the thing. It's over. And if it's over, you should not be diverting your energy towards the past. You should be diverting your energy towards the future. If you're not over this person, same thing. This article, it's called Letting Go or After the Love is Gone. You can look in Google. You can look on theexaminer.com. You find it. Tell you how to get over a relationship, get over it really quickly and let it go. Okay? Also, I don't know if you still talk to this ex, but maybe during a moment of lucidity, you should ask them to block you. I mean, if it's getting really bad, I mean, maybe you're like the Incredible Hulk where you go crazy and then you become sane again for a little while. Maybe send them a message just saying, hey, look, you know, I'm kind of embarrassed to admit it, but, you know, I was looking at your Facebook. I was looking at your Twitter. Do me a favor. Block me. I won't take it personal. Won't be able to see your stuff anymore. We can both move on. And I bet you dollars to donuts, they'll probably go ahead and block you. And then you might feel weird about it later, but at least you don't have that temptation anymore. Because on Facebook, you can unfriend them, but maybe their stuff is public. And on Twitter, you can see anybody's stuff, whether or not you follow them. So yeah, ask him to block you. Otherwise, just kind of ask yourself, why am I keep directing my attention towards this person that it didn't work out with in the first place? Because if they were that interesting, you'd still be together. So, what's the point in that? Next question. How come when you know, I mean absolutely know, that a man wants to ask you out and that he has a crush on you, that he'll do nothing about it? He's even said it. So why won't he make a move already? Or should I? I feel like I'm back in middle school. Okay, I'm gonna reread it. How come when you know, I mean absolutely know, that a man wants to ask you out and that he has a crush on you, that he'll do nothing about it? He's even said so. So why won't he make a move already, or should I? I feel like I'm back in middle school. This guy probably doesn't know anything about women. And he might be kind of a girl. I hate to say. So what you do then is you send him my article and my video about women on traveling to Venus. No, seriously, I'm not just going to keep plugging myself, but the fact is a lot of this stuff I've already written about. So it's easy to direct you there. I'd say, I mean, first make sure that you may not be a little overbearing. Maybe your presence is such that he doesn't really feel like he can make a play. Like maybe you kind of... the way you guys make fun of each other. Oh, wait, hang on. Out of time. Splitting this into part 2. Sorry. Be right back.